Wording should change and right.
I'm a little low. I'm not in my usual chair. My usual chair is over at my hat station. In case you guys are wondering, the hats are, I'm in the process. I'm in the process. It's a whole thing. They will be out by the end of the week, guaranteed. In fact, I'm hoping to have every single pre-order hat shipped out by Wednesday. So there you go. What's the song? Deep into London by Bastion Slice. So the hats will be out. Okay. Guys, don't get mad at me. The hats will be out. All right. Slightly get into the content early. I have to stop listening in 20 minutes. King, I wore my hat over Memorial Day weekend. Hell yeah. Good work, man. I guess today's Veterans Month. When was that a thing? I've never heard of Veterans Month. Is that new? I've never heard of it. I didn't know it was a thing. So happy Veterans Month to all of you. We're all veterans, right? Perfect time to buy a cap. I don't know. People want me to do another new badge. We'll see. I'll see. I need to figure out some Cooper flag. Need to find out some Cooper flag merch. Kind of upset some people at the bar. Really? I've had two people come up to me thinking it was an actual veteran hat. But they were mad. They thought it was, they were like, when was your service? And I was like, read the hat again. And they were like, oh, that's funny. They have 3 months. May was military appreciation. What's November? Navy appreciation? Navy November. Capture the flag merch with a soldier stamping a Mavs flag. See, like, here's my thing, though. That just doesn't sound cool to me. Like, look, I get the unblocked slightly shirts. Basic, but funny. The Mavs hat. Funny. I tried to soft launch the iRig, the 2025 NBA draft lottery. Didn't really get the reception I was hoping, so that's off. That's off. That's canceled. I thought that was funny, though. Went on a walk this AM in San Diego and got yelled at and called the F slur. Fanspo user? Unk, I have... Oh, here we go. Kelly Olynyk guy's back with a vengeance. Unk, I have 4 Lakers trade and 1 Dallas trade on my Fanspo account. Some are good, some are smart, some are bad. Can we watch them? Yep, maybe. Now, I guess here's the thing I got to tell you. Because if I go and look at your Fanspo account, and I'm assuming they're all terrible, no offense. If I go look at your Fanspo account, then the next guy's going to want me to go look at their Fanspo account. Then the next person is going to want me to go look at their Fanspo account. Now, all of a sudden, I'm looking at 15 to 16 Fanspo accounts a day. You see the problem there? We'll think about it. Paywall the Fanspo stuff, minimum $10. Speaking of Fanspo users, happy Pride Month, everybody. We are an inclusive community here. We love everybody except fascists and bigots. Everyone's welcome. We love everyone here. So happy Pride Month. Seriously, is Veteran Month a new thing? I've never heard of it before. I'm not shitting on it. I don't give a fuck. No, I've honestly never heard of it. Somebody asked me earlier when the fashion, the shopping stream is going to be. I've already done the shopping. You guys were zero help whatsoever when we attempted a shopping stream. So I'm waiting for all of the stuff I ordered to get here, and then we're going to have a fashion show stream. Just want to feel it out. Feel out some of these fits. You know what I'm saying? I wanted one of the I rigged the NBA draft shirts. Is there any way you can say that a Mavs fan did it on the t-shirt? Any way you can say that a Mavs fan did on the t-shirt? What do you mean? Also, guys, help me out. Slightly, the gay Rangers are 1-0. Did they do an LGBT? Did they do a Pride Month thing? Wasn't it them a few years ago? They're like, we're not doing that shit. So, guys, help me out. Help me out with something. I'm thinking about pitching something to the executives of New Balance. Right? When it comes to the sneaker game, I'm a free agent. I love Nike. But with Cooper Flagg coming, him being easily the biggest New Balance basketball athlete, at least. So Tanya's a New Balance guy. Thinking about, hitting up the people at New Balance, be like, hey man, let's link. Let's link. Guys, link is just kind of like a sales slang. Like, let's link. Like, let's work. Like, it's kind of like a thing. If you guys don't know that, I'm just letting you in on it. People get so pressed about LGBT, it's wild. I mean, I have my theories as to why, but I won't get into it because it's not what we do here. Actually, I'll get into it. Just think people are deeply insecure about themselves is really what I think it is. Honestly. Like the thing is like, who fucking cares? Why does it matter to you? I don't really get it. Link is the Zoomer word for collab. Right, guys. As a Zoomer myself, when we say link, we mean collab. So if you hear that, it's not like we're going to link ourselves together like in a literal term. It's slang. Okay? And that's in case you guys didn't know that. No, not like human centipede. It's metaphorical. Is a subscriber of the ABC sales strategy always be closing? That's right. That's right. Dude, I'm sitting, like, this will probably be a short stream because I'm on this fucking horrible plastic chair. Geese with the $5. The Luka trade proves that white privilege is not a real thing. I agree with that. And I've long been saying, when will straight white men get a fair shake in this world? I'm tired of it. What was the what's that guy's name? Straight white male. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like some shitty ass song. All right, here we go. Let's have a good start to the week. All right, that's fine. We can work with that. Repoed. Repod. Reload. Retry. That's a horrible guess. I'm not going to do that. Relax. Reload. Relod. Relope. Relol. Relock. Relom. Relon. Relob. Relov. Relock. Relax. I'm not sure why I'm so committed to that RE at the beginning, but it makes the most sense to me. We could also go ER. Erode. It's a bad guess. It's a bad guess. Erunks. Thinking that's on my short list of kids' names, son names. Whenever a little side of bias comes into the world, Erlocks. Get over here, Erlocks. Call him Locks for short. Erunb. That's slang, guys. Erunb. Recoil. Fuck. I don't know why that just hit my brain so hard. Recon. I'm going to guess recon. Okay. All right. Okay. Blank, blank. Erpon. Erpoon. No. No. I think it could be blank, blank, blank. Ian. Could this be a blank, blank REN situation? Purin? Tyron? Lurin? Furin? Byron? Byron Munich. Damn you. Preen, Breen, Creen, Freen, Treen, Reen, Loreen, Marine, Noreen, Breen. Nope. It's just not clicking, guys. Freen? Treen. Breen. Dreen. I before E except after C. Fuck. Fiend? Error? Good guess. Actually, who the fuck told me to put that? Horrible guess. Ban him. Just now realized. Absolutely awful guess. But we do know it's not E here. It's not E here. We have R here. Actually one of the worst guesses in a long time. Congratulations. Blake R. E. Blaken. Are we potentially in line for something stupid? Oh my God. Tell me this isn't the fucking word. Oh.
Preen.
Okay. Preen of a bird, straighten and clean its feathers with its beak. Robins preened at the pool's edge. The pigeon preened her feathers. How about you go preen yourself, Wordle? All right, here's the fun game. Mark down. Sphinx. Frankensize? All right. Okay, let's lock in. Voyage, Quest, Journey, Meyer, Markdown, Odyssey. Odyssey, yeah. Okay, get those out the way. Treasure, Jackpot, Prize. What's going on with Frankensize? What the fuck's that? Frankensize. We've got Sphinx. One away. All right, Markdown. Rhythm. We're almost. I saw the Wise. I saw the Wise and knew there was going to be some stupid shit there. I saw the Wise and just knew there was going to be something stupid. I'll look at that in a second. Jackpot, Prize, Treasure. Okay. All right. Hey. Okay. Value, Markdown. Okay. Low self-esteem, self-value, low esteem, low value. No. Hit the jackpot. Things you hit. The jackpot. No. Nickname. Something you call yourself. No. Now let's try to go backwards. Name Nick. Down Mark. Nick, Mark, Frank, Jack. Do we think that could be it? I've played this game too many times. I knew it. I knew it was going to be some shit. That's a real veteran play right there. Hold dear. Esteem, Prize, Treasure, Value. Okay. All right, we could have got there. That's a real veteran move right there. Still got it. That's right. Don't give up on me just yet. G's with the 5. Can we lock Nico in the closet until after the draft? Guys, sleep easy at night. Knowing they're going to draft Cooper Flag. Seriously. There's no reason to worry about all of that. Okay? No reason to worry about all of that. All right, well, here we go. We've got some actually pretty important news. From the Slightly Biased news desk. Breaking news, Slightly Biased has revealed what chair he uses during streams. Not that far off, actually. Not all that far off. IKEA chair? I actually 100% do think this is an IKEA chair. Oh, the Cuck chair? It's pronounced frankincense. It was one of the gifts the wise men brought to baby Jesus, if you're into that thing. I'm into gifts. I like gifts. Oh, fuck. You guys want to know something? An espresso, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. Happy to do a deal with you guys. I have only had Starbucks probably 4 times since I got my Nespresso machine. No bullshit. It's genuinely 10 times worse. Like, I'm being serious. What happened to the Shaq chair? It's over in my hat boxing station, which I'll be spending probably 50 to 60 hours over the next 4 days doing. So I'm excited about that. Cat bro, you know what? No, I genuinely, I went to Starbucks yesterday because I ran out of milk, or 2 days ago because I ran out of milk. And you know, I'll drink my coffee, don't get me wrong, but you know, I like putting some milk in my coffee. And it was fucking trash. I don't know what the deal was. I wish all of you guys could send links in here. That's the chair. I mean, that's 100% the chair. What was that? Is that on IKEA.com? That's 1,000% the chair I'm sitting in currently. When the hats are being shipped out, they'll be shipped out this week for sure. I'm hoping to get them all shipped out by Wednesday, but bare minimum Thursday. They'll all be shipped out, and I'll be shipping some out like in waves. So there's a chance to get shipped out today. The Phoenix Suns have narrowed their head coach. All right, let me actually let's get started, and then I'll talk about this. If you're new here and you're thinking we haven't gotten started yet, no. Good morning, folks. It is Monday, June 2nd. Wow, it's June 2nd, 11:08 a.m. Central Standard Time. Welcome to Slightly Early, a basketball show that happens slightly early in the morning. Give it up for naming shows, everybody. Give it up. Give it up. If you are listening to this on Spotify, please leave a 5-star review. It helps me out tremendously. We're so close. Actually, I was looking at this morning. I couldn't believe it. We're very close to Joe Rogan's podcast. Can you guys believe that? So just a few more 5-star reviews, and we will be good to go. Okay. We got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, we know the NBA Finals now. The Pacers beat the Knicks in Game 6 on Saturday night. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We've got a breaking news report here from Shams Charania. This was tweeted out 8 minutes ago, 11 a.m. on a Monday, 8 minutes ago. Scheduled tweet. I see it. I know it. Can't fool me.
He has been unwilling to confirm, but league sources tell me that the San Antonio Spurs are De'Aaron Fox's perfect.
I'm the source now. Breaking news live from the Slightly Biased Sports Desk. The Phoenix Suns have narrowed their head coaching search to 2 finalists from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Associate coach Johnny Bryant and assistant Jordan Ott, sources tell ESPN and Slightly Biased. Both will meet with Suns owner Matt Ishbia in Michigan ahead of a hiring as soon as later this week. Ishbia can't give up those Ohio boys, can he? No, he can't. So this is important news, obviously. You know, the assistant coach stuff, you never know, right? I promise you can look around and there will be people who are like, oh, this guy's so important for the Cavs. Like these assistant coaches, the reality is we don't know, and there's no point in really making huge sweeping judgments on this shit until we see it play out. That's how I feel about coaching hirings now, unless you're going out of your way to hire a repeated failed veteran coach. Just off the top of my head, thinking of someone, I don't know, Doc fucking Rivers, then I'll judge you. But outside of that, you know, I've stopped judging coach searches because who knows? So this does mean that Sweeney, the Mavs assistant coach, who was deep in the processes of this, made the Final Four, I believe, and was doing in-person interviews. He is not going to be hired. So Sean Sweeney has been sort of involved in these processes for quite some time. I think he made it pretty far on the Pistons search, if memory serves me correctly, last year. So I think it's probably only a matter of time before Sean Sweeney lands a head coaching gig, but that will not be this year. And hopefully that means that he is back for, hopefully that means that he is back for the Mavericks this upcoming season. I don't see why he wouldn't be. Are you reading the potential offers for Cooper Flag article today? What fucking article is that? Tell me what platform that's on. I will read it. I miss Woj. Shams doesn't hit the same. We need somebody, to really counteract and counterbalance it. It was fun when there was the rivalry. There's not really a rivalry. ESPN, are you out of your marbles? ESPN posted that. Potential trade offers for the top pick and Cooper Flag. Oh my God.
Financial system.
Okay. All right. We'll read that, I guess. We will read that. So anyways, congrats to these two. And again, Sean Sweeney, he's the Mavs. Is he their defensive coordinator, or is that his? What is his specific role on the team? Do we know that? His listing, is he just an assistant, or is he listed as the defensive coordinator, assistant coach? Okay. Well-respected guy across the league. And if you pay attention, if you watch, in case you don't know, maybe you don't watch the Mavs or whatever, this is who Sean Sweeney looks like. So next time you watch a Mavs game, take a peep, take a look at the bench. He's a psycho. You can just tell. Now, when you're an assistant coach, there's only so much you can do, right? There's only so much you can do, but he is a psycho. You can just feel it, and it is a matter of time before he's a head coach. He's throwing clipboards. He's stomping his feet there on the. It's about as animated as an assistant coach can be. He's the defensive guy for the Mavericks. Yeah. So he'll get a head coaching job at some point, but it will not be for the Phoenix Suns. Selfishly, I'm happy about that because I don't want to lose Sean Sweeney. So. Maybe next year. Maybe next year he'll be on a team. Maybe it's the Mavs. Hey, you never know. You never know. The architect behind defense wins championships. He's been involved in these, man. It feels like it's been years now. Years and years and years that we've seen Sean Sweeney's name brought up in these head coaching searches. Let's talk a little bit about the finals. I don't think I'm going to do my predictions just yet. Game one's on Thursday. Obviously, we'll have a slightly early stream on Wednesday. So we got time there. Now, I am interested to see what the odds are. I haven't looked at this. I'm sure it's massive. Minus 750. So the Thunder are minus 750 to win this series. Interestingly enough, Shea's minus 550 to win MVP. So if you were to just be like, I'm betting on the Thunder, I don't give a fuck. Shea winning finals MVP would probably be your best bet because I can't imagine a world in which he wouldn't win it unless J-Dub has just an insane series. The Thunder winning in 5 games is the likeliest outcome according to the odds, with the Thunder sweeping being the second likeliest outcome. The series going over 5 games is plus money. So Vegas thinks this will be a short series. Vegas does not think this series will be close whatsoever. I'm interested to see, is this one of the biggest favorites we've seen in the finals? I mean, minus 750 is insane. Biggest favorites in NBA Finals history. Okay, the biggest favorites in NBA Finals history. All right, this is exactly what I wanted. Jesus Christ. So the 2001 Lakers were minus 2,000. Jesus. Good Lord. They beat that Sixers team. 2018 Warriors. Yeah, that's not a surprise. 96 Bulls were minus 950 over the Sonics. The 99 Spurs, minus 900 over the Knicks. 2000 Lakers, 2022 Lakers, 86 Celtics. The 2004 Lakers, who lost to the Pistons, so there you go. And then you have the 2025 Thunder. I have to be upfront and honest with you guys. I'm surprised it's not bigger. I'm just straight up. I'm surprised that's not a bigger spread. Kind of missed it. It's my turn now. Yeah, well, I'm going to tweak the Shams one. It's too long. It's too long. You know? It's too long. This fucking chair. It's horrible. Sorry to go off on a tangent. So anyways, the Thunder are currently one of the biggest favorites in the history of the NBA, which is just kind of insane to think about. Like, imagine that. I don't think it's that shocking if you were to tell someone that entering the season. I don't know how shocking that would have been. Maybe even at times last year, I don't know how shocking that would have been. In 2 or 3 years ago, if you were to go up to someone and be like, hey, in 3 years, this Thunder team is the 5th biggest favorite in the history of the NBA Finals. I like that would be quite shocking. Does it say how many of those are sweeps? No, it doesn't have I know Lakers, Sixers, 2001 was a gentleman's sweep. 2018 Warriors, Cavs was a sweep. Bulls, Sonics, 96. Was that a 6? Was that 6 games? Uh, 2000 Lakers versus Pacers. Man, you know what's crazy is we talk about Knicks Pacers was 5 games. Lakers Pacers was 6 games. Lakers Sixers again 5 games. There's been some uncompetitive final series over the course of NBA history. If you said it 2 years ago, people would have thought Poku was actually Giannis. Yeah, true. Or Ousmane Dieng. Like, oh, Ousmane Dieng's actually the next French superstar, not Victor Wembanyama. Need to slightly grift the GXR chair. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I like my Shaquille O'Neal chair. I like it. It's at my hat boxing station. So it's out of commission right now. And whenever I picked it up to move it, I'm not sure, there must have been a cable around it or something. My entire setup nearly collapsed, which would have been a disaster. So, yes. Now, I'll just tell you guys right now, absolutely, I think the Thunder win the series. Not sure how many games I'm going to say yet. I'll do that on Wednesday. I think a sweep is in the cards. I think it's possible. But I think there's still some devil magic yet for the Pacers. And because of that, I think I'll probably just land Thunder in 5. I got the Dur in 5 over my Sirs. My Thunder over our Pacers. Slightly, when are you going to add the daily jump shot puzzle to your repertoire of morning puzzles? You know, I've already got 2 puzzles. And here's the reality is Wordle takes me sometimes an uncomfortable amount of time, as does categories or connections. Connections. So I don't know. I think the Pacers had the best bet at surprising OKC. Well, if it was between the Pacers and the Knicks, I do agree with you. But I think we've even seen glimpses, and the Pacers have had, props to them, man. The Pacers have had a dominant postseason. I mean, it's kind of insane what they've done, right? You expected them to beat the Bucks, especially once Dame went out with the Achilles injury. That wasn't that surprising. To do it in 5 games, impressive, right? To beat the Celtics, in the manner in which they did, 6 games, and that series never really felt like the Celtics had a chance, to be honest with you. The Celtics never really felt like they had a chance in that series. Granted, once Tatum got hurt, that series was done. Cavs. What the fuck am I talking about? Jesus Christ. Yeah, they beat the Cavs in 5 games. Sorry. I knew that wasn't right in my head. Because I was like, didn't they beat every team by 5? What am did I just miss a game? What the hell am I talking about? They beat the Cavs in 5 games. And just, again, that series never really felt like it was up in the air. Injured Cavs, injured Bucks, then they beat the Knicks. Yeah, but I mean, you could do that for pretty much every team. Every team has some sort of injury plaguing them, something. Now, of course, the Bucks injuries were lengthy, but with that being said, I would have picked the Pacers over the healthy Bucks anyways. Cavs, I mean, they got rocks. The Cavs did. Once the Cavs shot their load in game 2, that series was over. Yeah, I mean, there are some things over the course of this playoffs. So that makes them 12-4 this postseason. Damn. There are some things over the course of this postseason for the Pacers where we saw the Cavs. What was that? Game 3, the Cavs went to that zone and it completely and totally stifled the Pacers defense. And they beat it the next game. But for one game, their offense looked incredibly beatable. Then you had game 5 in the Pacers-Knicks series where the Knicks applied the pressure, full court pressure every single time down the court. And they struggled offensively because of that. And I thought even in game 6, there were some struggles offensively early on in the game. And I just think the Knicks, the way they're constructed, their personnel, I don't want to do the minutes thing, but the minutes thing, like that's a lot to ask of a team like that to do full court pressure the ball for 90 feet every single time. The Thunder can do that for 48 minutes. No problems. So that's where I'm at with that. They can ramp up that pressure 48 minutes for 7 games if needed. No problems. This is why I don't want to entertain an AD trade unless it's for an all-time package. You just never know what happens in the postseason. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you never do. This is why the whole, like, a team making the conference finals and then being labeled like a fake contender. I don't think there's such things. Like, if you make it to the Final Four and you're within 4 games of the NBA Finals, all you need is a few things to go your way. That's it. Now, you could argue like, well, if you're banking on other teams getting injured or something, or teams getting upset early, that doesn't make you a good team. Well, but that's just, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I think the Thunder's weakness is being big and physical. That's why the Mavs beat them last year. The Pacers don't have that. Yeah, that's another aspect too. Is the Pacers don't have that physicality. Now, I do think Siakam could give them some problems. It's going to have to be a really big Siakam series. A really big Siakam series. OKC will dominate the Pacers the way the Celtics did the Mavs last year. I think it could be a similar series to that, actually. Where if you look at the box score, the games... I went back and I looked at the box score, like the scores of those games last year, the Mavs-Celtics series, and was kind of surprised because in my brain, they were all like massive blowouts. But the scores were a little bit closer than I remember them being, even though the games themselves weren't that close, if that makes sense. Like, it never felt at any point like the Mavs are going to win game 1 or even game 2 when they made that comeback late. It never felt to me like they were going to win that game. It won't be fun if you aren't rocking with OKC. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it would have been fun for the Knicks either. I think that would have been worse, to be honest with you. I think the Thunder would have just annihilated the Knicks. Would have annihilated them. Pacers offense would have to be perfect every game. They're going to have to shoot lights out. Lights out. They're going to have to shoot, which they are. They're the best three-point shooting team in the playoffs. They're going to have to shoot lights out and going to have to hope that the Thunder shoot poorly from 3. That's their, and obviously not turn the ball over. But that goes without being said. That's their pathway. The Thunder are 9.5 point favorites in game 1. Jesus Christ. Jesus. 9.5 point favorites in a finals game with no injuries. Whew. Best of luck. I want a competitive series. I know you guys, my Thunder, but it is our Pacers. I'd be happy if the Pacers won. I think it'd be awesome, honestly. I think it'd be incredible. Rick gets another one. Halliburton sort of makes this statement where if the Pacers were to win, it's like, okay. So Halliburton has to be talked about in a completely different tone now. Not just in terms of like him as a player, but like how do we market now we have to put this guy at the forefront of our marketing, right? He's incredibly marketable. And he just won a ring. Siakam getting a second one with another team. It would be sick. Rick getting another one with another team. If the Pacers win both road games, would you feel like the Thunder can still win it? I will feel like the Thunder can win this series until they don't. Until whatever game, if they were to lose the series, when the clock hits 0 in that game. How many coaches have 2 rings with 2 different teams? Phil Jackson. Trying to think recent history. Not Doc, right? No, not Doc. Phil. Pat Riley. No, not Doc. He only won one with the Celtics. So anyways, yeah, I don't foresee the series being competitive, but I hope it is. And I think as NBA fans, we are due a competitive series. Okay, let's get into some. Do we talk briefly about the Knicks? I don't really want to. I hate doing the Knicks thing. So this is how my brain operates, and this is how I felt a couple years ago when the Mavs made the conference finals and lost in 5 games in what was ultimately a pretty uncompetitive series. This is also how I felt last year when they lost the finals. Like, man, sometimes you just lose, you know? Like, sometimes you just lose. Like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah. You want to win it all. Sure, maybe it's a little disappointing how it all shaked out in the series. You know, especially when you go into a series and it feels like you can win it. Like, it feels like, weren't the Knicks betting favorites entering the series? Like, it feels like you can win it. Vegas, for some reason, has been lagging behind the Pacers for quite some time. We've been talking about that. We were talking about that whenever we would look at these games. It'd be like the Pacers are 5-point underdogs. It's just like, I don't get why. They've been one of the best teams for months upon months. I don't know. I've seen all of the Knicks need to fire Tom Thibodeau. And yeah, maybe they do. Maybe that's something they do. Knicks should trade Cat. I've seen that pop up. Why? You just made the fucking conference finals and went to a game 6. Like, I don't know. You choked your dick off in game 1. That you win that game, which was a 99% win rate. The whole series looks different. I mean, I don't know. I think that would be stupid. You don't beat the Celtics without Mikal Bridges. So if you want to do the 5 first-round picks thing. And now, if it's Cat for Giannis, then we'll have a conversation, right? If Giannis wants to go to the Knicks and it's like Cat and whatever else we can trade, whatever else we have left, all right, that's a different conversation. But if it's like Cat for, you know, I've seen like the Mikal Bridges, I saw it today, the Mikal Bridges for Daniel Gafford trade, like what? That's fucking terrible. And I love Gaff, but that's horrible. What what is that? Like, what is that? Cat for KD? That's an interesting one. I still feel like I don't do that, though, to be honest with you. They lost to the fucking Pacers. The East is a shit show. Yeah, but the Pacers are really good. The Pacers are like legitimately a very good basketball team. And again, they've been, I think it's since January 1st, they've been the second best team in the league, only behind the Thunder. All these combos, but the real one that needs to be had is Brunson Ball isn't going to win a championship. I mean, your big concern is can Brunson and Cat defensively, is that good enough? You're always going to have 2 guys who are bad defensively. Cat was so atrociously bad defensively in this series. So bad. Like beyond the normal Cat bad. I think Brunson gets hunted and stuff, but he fights and he can hold his own at times. And he's also great at drawing charges. We know that, if that means anything to you. Smart defender. Cat's actually atrocious defensively. And there was reports immediately, like 10 minutes after the game. 10 minutes after the game, there were those reports that the team was frustrated with Cat's. The team was frustrated with Cat's defense. Yo, I just brought up Reddit because I was like, should I go look at the Knicks subreddit? We're not going to do it. I look over here, recent posts. I was like, is that TGK? It is. Like, that looks like TGK over there. Look at some Fanspo Knicks. No, we'll look at Fanspo later. We'll look at Fanspo later. Going to game 1 on Thursday. Still a little sad that I won't be seeing Kylie Jenner courtside. Hey, have fun, man. How expensive are those tickets? Tickets as low as $420. That's expensive. That's not, like, I think compared to other finals, that's not bad though. Must be great to be a Thunder fan right now. I mean, it's probably a little anxious times. Being that big of a favorite's scary when you've never done it. But it would have to be catastrophic for you to lose this series. Have to be catastrophic. Like, imagine if this were the Mavericks right now. And it's like the Mavericks were going up against, well, I wouldn't say the Pacers because they would get fucked by Indiana. What's like a team the Mavericks have had success against in the East? The Magic. Feel like the Mavs always do well against them. The Knicks. All right. Well, if it was like a dominant Mavs team and they were playing the Knicks or something and they were minus 700, I would be scared as hell. I'd be sitting there saying, I don't know, guys. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, guys. Is it a complete failure if somehow the Thunder don't win? I believe you said it would be. So I said entering the season and even entering the playoffs, the Thunder have to win the West or else it's a failure for them. Full stop. And they did. And they did it in somewhat dominant fashion. I know they went to 7 with the Nuggets. But maybe we have to reassess how we feel about that Denver team. Squiggly with the 2. Pacers are winning the finals. Book it. Don't book it with me. Go book it at a sports book. If you really think that, you could make some money if you think that. How are the nosebleeds at OKC Arena, American Airlines? You might as well stay home. Yeah, the Paycom Center is much smaller. And the seating arrangement is more, it's American Airlines Center is very stadium feeling like, where the seats go outward. Whereas Paycom, you're a little bit more directly down. So it is better. I might put the house on OKC to win the series. But why? Like, I mean, I guess, but where's the value? The Pacers have had too much devil magic for me to feel super confident betting the house on a massive favor like that. Nick's problem is teacher's pet. Josh Hart is Russell Westbrook in plain sight. Zero accountability. Can't hold stars accountable with what he gets away with. Yeah, no, I think Josh Hart is... I saw somebody tweet out, like, is Josh Hart the first ever 6'4", zero-way glass cleaner to be untouchable in trades? He absolutely should be touchable in trades. There's a ton of stats that back up the Knicks with 5 shooters on the floor are just like teetering on being an unstoppable force. And he was awful. He was dreadful in that series. He wasn't even good defensively. It's just like, what are you even providing? Rebounding? Great. Like, I get the fuck off the team. No offense. But he has a podcast, though, with Brunson, so you can't trade him. I thought the Pacers match up really well versus OKC. Good three-point shooting and two-way players in depth. Yeah, I mean, they match up better than the Knicks would have, for sure. They lack the physical punishing size, I think, is a prerequisite requirement to beat this Thunder team. Like, you got to beat them up with size. You need all that other stuff as well. First ever untouchable 6'4", zero-way glass cleaner. Yep. And the Nuggets had that size, which gave them problems. The Timberwolves had size, but it didn't give them problems. why PJ would be good for the Pacers. Yeah, could be. Okay. It's slop time. It's slop time, and you guys gave me maybe the biggest slop I've ever seen. Hilariously enough, it's from ESPN. It's not even a horrible fanspo trade. It's an ESPN article. Am I going to get pissed off by this? This was published today. Potential trade offers for 2025 draft pick Cooper Flag. So let me just tell you this. If you're a Mavericks fan and something like this just gets you a little anxious, right? You see something like this and your ears perk up and you're like, oh, fuck, why are they talking about that? Like, oh, this scares me. Why are they talking about that? Sleep easy. They're drafting Cooper Flag. Okay. There's no reason to get worked up. They're drafting him. Okay. Can't believe it's not the Onion. That could be a funny little that could be a funny Twitter account. I can't believe it's not the Onion in its ESPN articles. Matt with the 499 trade possibility. Mavs send PJ Hardy, Omax in 29, 2030 swap. Pacers sim Nimhard and McConnell. PJ Hardy, Omax 29, 2030 swap. That kind of feels like a lot. Does it not a little bit? All right, let's see. We know the Dallas Mavericks have said they plan to select Duke forward Cooper Flag in the 2025 NBA draft and will not entertain the possibility of trading the pick away. But what if a trade offer landed on the desk of Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison and team governor Patrick Dumont that at least force the organization to briefly consider the option before saying no? All right, I don't mind this thought exercise. If it's like, all right, let's just say, put yourself in the shoes of a team that watches Cooper Flag and you're like, holy fuck, we need this guy. Like, what's the best package we can put together to get him? That's the thought exercise, I'm assuming. With less than a month before the 2-day draft, damn, that's right around the corner, huh? Let's see. Let's see what they're cooking up. How keeping the number one pick plays into the Mavs' future. So let's just say this, right? They're going to keep him. It makes all the sense in the world. I promise you guys they're drafting Cooper Flag. He fits in very well with this current team. It's this team that's trying to compete for a championship right now. Okay? And say what you want about that, but that's just the truth. They're trying to compete for a championship right now. And also, it's like this get out of jail free card. This one thing that I don't think people are fully grasping when they're doing well, it is Nico Harrison and he's so stupid. Well, that's fine. But you're right there. You are correct. But Patrick Dumont, who hilariously enough, completely and totally unaware of really anything when it comes to owning a basketball team, the repercussions of trading franchise level players, how fans would react to certain things. Just a hilarious individual, really. He saw firsthand how upset people get. There's no way in fuck he's going to let them trade Cooper Flag. Like, that's just it. Ownership would step in. Straight up. That's it. That's the thing that people aren't fully factoring in. Ownership will step in if this is even considered an option. Okay? So that's it. But as sources confirmed to ESPN, the Mavericks plan to select Flag and will not entertain the possibility of trading away the pick for a proven superstar. While there is a temptation, especially if a player such as Antetokounmpo were available in a trade, the approach by Dallas is smart from a roster building standpoint. Yeah, I mean, even if you did want to do the Giannis thing, the money aspect of it, that's just, it makes it next to impossible. Offer number one, the Spurs move up to build the front court of the future. So this is one of them that I thought was interesting, right? The Spurs one. San Antonio gets the number one overall pick. The Mavs get the second overall pick in the draft, so they move down one spot. They also get the 14th overall pick in this draft. A 2027 Atlanta Hawks first, and you get your 2030 pick swap back, which the Mavs owe the Spurs a 2030 pick swap. So it's just picks for picks here. You're moving back one. You're getting Dylan Harper. You're also getting the 14th overall pick. You're also getting the last pick of the lottery. Right? Yeah, the last pick of the lottery. And what could be a pretty interesting 2027 Atlanta first. Terrible trade? No, obviously I wouldn't do this. Obviously not. Like, I'm 100% on Cooper Flagg. Now, if I were like a little hesitant and I was like, I think Cooper Flagg's really good, but I don't know how much better he is than Dylan Harper, and I love Dylan Harper. Like, I think Dylan Harper might be as good as Cooper Flagg. Then I could see considering this, honestly. I don't think that's that terrible. But I don't think Dylan Harper's as good as Cooper Flagg, and I don't think teams look at them that way. But I do think Dylan Harper's really good. So this would be interesting. Fultz Tatum trade didn't work out for the team that moved back. I don't know if I would compare Fultz to Cooper Flagg, though. That's like a different... All right, here we go. That's a different thing entirely. Okay, what the hell is this one? Offer number 2. Cavs form new star trio in Flagg, Mobley, and Garland. All right. So the Mavs in this hypothetical trade, the Mavs are getting Donovan Mitchell, a Lakers first in 2031, a 2028 pick swap from the Lakers, and a 2030 pick swap from the Lakers. So you're owning the next 5 years of Lakers draft picks because you'll have 28, 29, 2030, and 2031. That's kind of funny. And that does open up the pathways for funny trades down the line. The Cavs get the number 1 overall pick. And PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford in this trade. What the fuck? The Lakers get Jared Allen. And the Bulls are in this for what? Salary cap stuff. They're getting Dalton Knecht and Caleb Martin and a bunch of second-round picks. I mean, all right. This is interesting. This is actually an interesting one. I think it's terrible for the Mavs. Horrible. I think this one is garbage for the Mavericks. Like, the Spurs one makes more sense if you're like not that sold on Flagg. This one's terrible. The Cavs do this, right? If this were presented to the Cavs tomorrow, they're saying yes to this, correct? You're getting the number 1 overall pick in this draft, Cooper Flagg, stud. But you're also getting 2 incredible role players in PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Javon Carter. Gabe Vincent's good. Maxi, I love the guy, but let's be serious. Oh, yeah, I just now realized the Lakers are getting fucked in this trade. The Lakers are getting fucked in this trade. Jared Allen is good. They're giving up 3 picks and Dalton Knecht for Jared Allen. Oh, lordy. No, that ain't happening. The Cavs say yes. The Lakers tell you to go fuck yourself. I guess the Bulls say yes. I mean, why would they say no to this? And the Mavs say no. This is horrible for Dallas. And in ESPN's defense, right? Like, if you were to trade for a guy like Donovan Mitchell as the Mavs and not trade AD or Kyrie, like, yes, PJ, Gafford, all those guys have to be traded to make contracts work. So you see that, and that's why. But yeah, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. Mavs pick up Devin Booker and elite big man depth. All right. I can't imagine a trade with the Suns is good. So the Mavs get Devin Booker, the 29th pick in this draft. Look at these fucking swaps, bro. A shitty 2028 first rounder where you're getting the least favorable of your own, the Knicks, and the Wizards. So probably a shitty pick. And then a 2029 first round pick swap where you're getting the least favorable of Cavs, Timberwolves, Jazz. Again, probably a shitty pick. And you're trading 2025, the number 1 overall pick, Klay Thompson, PJ, Najee, and Caleb Martin. This is the worst trade I've ever seen. This one is horrible. This one is horrid. I'll give some benefit of the doubt. The first one with the Spurs is not that terrible. The line of thinking, the logic is there. I see it. The Donovan Mitchell one, I applaud the creativity of the Donovan Mitchell one. This one is horrid. The premise of this offer, trading a potential NBA megastar, is to underscore the Mavericks need to improve their roster now. Yeah, I get the sentiment. I get what you're saying, but landing the number 1 overall pick just makes that all null and void. Like, this would be different if we're talking the 6th overall pick. Like, let's say the Mavericks moved up to 4. Then we're talking, this is a different conversation. It's all null and void now. They're talking about the number 1 overall pick. And it being a guy like Cooper Flagg. If this were last year, and it's like Zachary Richeche, like Alex Sarr, like, ugh. Hey, Phoenix, any chance you want like just to shut this all down? Not with Cooper Flagg, man. Mavs pick up Booker and elite big man depth. Where's the elite big man depth coming from? Are they saying like they draft one late in the draft or something? I don't really get it. Okay. I mean, yeah, the Suns, I think the Suns say yes to this. I know the Suns have said no Devin Booker trade, right? But they're saying yes to this, right? I mean, you'd have to say yes to this, I think. And the one trade that is hard to pass on, Marks picks most realistic of the trades and explains why or why not it could be feasible. The Mitchell Booker trades make the most sense if the Mavericks were operating on a 2 to 3 year timeline that Harrison described after trading for Davis, but the same timeline expanded an extra 8 years when Dallas won the draft lottery and right the draft an impactful defender and versatile talent and Flagg. I think that's another thing too you have to factor in. Like, yes, I know they did the this is our window is 3 years or whatever, but like Flagg fits perfectly in what they want and what they have openly said they wanted. They don't even do a Giannis trade in here, really? Like, that's the only one. A Giannis trade is like, okay, at least you're getting Giannis. Like, Booker, I mean, Booker's going to have to show me something this year, or else I'm worried about the direction he's headed in. I'll just say that. Trading out of the first pick is certainly a risk considering Flagg's upside and his fit alongside Davis, but the Mavs moving back 1 slot to 2 to draft Harper and picking up 3 additional draft assets is hard to pass. Now, if a report came out tomorrow that the Spurs have offered that exact package to the Mavs, that's on the table for Dallas, I'd sleep a little uneasy at night. I'll be honest with you. I'd sleep a little uneasy because I wouldn't be all that sure. I wouldn't be all that sure. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, that's... The Spurs one is far and away the best offer here. I want to take... I would want to take Flagg. But if you weren't all that convinced Flagg is that much better than Harper, then, I mean, this is pretty fucking good. Number 2 overall pick, number 14 overall pick, future Hawks pick, and then your own 2030 pick back. And you're still getting like someone who projects to be... I mean, some of the comps for Dylan Harper is a bigger Jalen Brunson. Like, do you realize what that player is? Sometimes these comparisons. Bigger Jalen Brunson. I always love the ones where it's like really good, athletic, rim running center who can block shots with a jumper. It's like, okay, you just described like a top 10 player in the league. The reason we can't trade for Harper is because Cooper and Wemby is something we cannot afford. That's actually a pretty good point. Yeah, a bigger Brunson is insane. That's a great point, Lightskin. That's a great point that the Spurs do have this like weird logjam currently in their backcourt. Let them figure it out. Cade Cunningham equals bigger Jalen Brunson. I don't think they play all that similarly, to be honest with you. It's weird to say that Cade's best comp in some ways is, again, in some ways, is Luka. Obviously, he's not as good as Luka. But that big kind of jumbo playmaker build, who has the ball in his hands a bunch, who's really good in the pick and roll. Pick and roll maestro. Have your future depend on a small old guard coming back from ACL and a big man who's never injured. Sounds awful. Well, at least now you have Cooper Flagg, so that's it. That's it. Okay. What else? How about this one? How about this one right here? Biggest winners and losers of the entire playoffs ahead of the 2025 NBA Finals. Would you say the fans have been winners this postseason? I think it's been a really good postseason. How many game sevens have we had? We haven't had too many game sevens. Was Nuggets Thunder the only game seven? I'm trying to think. Was that the only game seven so far? Right? Clippers Nuggets game seven. Oh, and Thunder Nuggets game seven. Damn, the Nuggets love game sevens. The Nuggets love game sevens. Warriors Rockets. That's right. We have had a good amount of game sevens. It's been a great postseason, a lot of fun. Even some of these series that have been 5 games, 6 games, 6-game series are competitive. But 5 or 6 game series have been competitive, have been entertaining, to say the least. Yeah, it's been a while. We looked back on it recently before. I think it was the Nuggets Thunder game 7. And it has been a while since we've gotten a good game 7. I think the average margin of victory since the Bucks Nets game 7 in 2021, that all-time classic game, the average margin of victory was something like 19 points or some shit. Like, it's been crazy, the amount of blowouts there's been in game 7s. East was a lot of fun. West got boring after Nuggets Thunder series. Well, I mean, the conference finals, the conference finals wasn't very good. But Lakers Timberwolves was entertaining. That was a good series, round 1. Clippers Nuggets was an all-timer first round series. That was incredible. What was the other series? Who else was involved? Oh, Rockets Warriors went 7 games. So that was fun. That was a great first round, actually. That was a great first round. All right, so let's see. Biggest winners and losers of the entire playoffs ahead of 2025 Finals. Loser, glamour or legacy markets? Yeah. I mean, yeah, Indiana and OKC making the finals is definitely bad news for big market lovers such as myself. Next year will be fun. This parody, but hopefully healthy stars. Wemby, Kyrie, Curry, Luka. I love that you put Kyrie in there. I agree with you 100%. I've got my take on this shit's just like I tweeted out a video about it. Like, who fucking cares? I don't get it. Like, who cares? I don't like if you're one of those people who's like, I will only watch if the Lakers are playing or the Knicks are playing. Okay, great. See ya. Like, fine. You don't need to announce your departure. All right. You don't need to ask permission. Just don't watch. Thunder Pacers, and look, the reality was once the Celtics lost, because I've seen people say, well, people are upset because it's not going to be a competitive series. It wasn't going to be a competitive series if the Knicks won the conference finals, to tell you that much. And also, the reality is once the Celtics lost, I think all hopes of a competitive final series was out the window. Like, straight up. That's just the reality. Now, hopefully we're wrong, but you never know. Winner, weakest link theory. So we talked about this article, the weakest link theory. It makes sense, right? And basically what they're saying is the era of the big three and just being the most top-heavy team and that being what wins you a championship, that's long gone, and you need depth now. That depth is what wins. Depth is what's going to take you to the promised land. We talked about the theory. The theory makes sense. The more I think about it, though, I have to laugh at the idea that this is some brand new, groundbreaking concept. Like, yeah, the deep teams win. It's like, well, yeah. The more talented teams win more often than not. Like this has kind of been a thing going back forever. Even the top heavy teams, right? Like the Warriors, you want to count them, top heavy team. Those teams were loaded, top to bottom. Yeah, the only exceptions to this rule are LeBron teams, and you're talking about the greatest player to ever live, right? Yeah, the Mavs in 2011, very deep team. Well, that was also peaking at the right time. Very deep team that could tap into their bench with Deshaun Stevenson, with Peja, JJ. I don't know, bro. Jokic almost willed the Nuggets past that if they didn't fumble on literally every bench piece. No, yeah, I mean, that's not something new, though. Like, I don't, that's not a new thing in the league. Like, the teams that have 3 good guys and then you're just kind of hoping for the best from 2 other guys, those teams struggle in the playoffs. That's always kind of been the case. If they had regular level minimum rotation pieces, I think they win. Yeah, but I mean, again, this isn't some like I agree with you 100%, and I agree with the theory. But I'm saying it's not like it's some groundbreaking new theory. Even Braun had Chalmers, Cole, Miller, Haslam, Ray Allen, Birdman, etc. Yeah, I mean those Heat teams had some depth. Don't get me wrong, but not to the level of like this Thunder team. And especially that 2016 Cavs team, if you go back and you look at it, that was a really good basketball team. And so was the 2017 Cavs. Really good basketball team. It's crazy to me that next year will be the 10th anniversary of that 2016 series. Fuck me, man. Jesus. Loser, the old guard. I'm going to push back on this one a little bit. And this is lazy stuff because I'm not actually reading what they're saying. But I'm going to push back on this a little bit. You know, LeBron's 40. Going to turn 41 in December. The fact that we're even still talking about him in this way is a win, I think. Steph got hurt in game 1 against that Timberwolves series. The Suns sucked. Like, there's not really anything there, but I don't know. I think it's a win that these guys are still somewhat competitive. LBJ, first player to ever play 23 seasons. Insane. Unc was 28 and 2016. No, I wasn't. Fuck you. Yeah, I mean, like, some of the old guard, like Dames, obviously that's sad. Kawhi, I mean, what's there really to say about that? What's disappointing about that is Kawhi didn't even get hurt. That was just kind of a disappointing performance from him, which really upsets me. Really, really upsets me. I have to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess they're losers in the sense that it does feel like we probably will not see another one of these old guys ride off into the sunset with a ring, unless it's Chris Paul ring chasing, Russ they have listed here ring chasing. It does feel as though one of these guys, any of these guys, are probably not going to see another ring before the end of their careers, unless they change teams. Unc's going extinct next year. All the Uncs are going extinct. Winner, up-and-comers. As has been the case many times before, there is a talented group of potential stars and superstars coming up, though. Yeah, it does feel like we're in a transition period, 100%. You know, we've had this, again, we've mentioned this, 7 years since the last repeat champion. In those 7 years, no team has won twice. So we've had 7 different teams win championships. We are in this sort of transition period from the old guard to the new. And I'm telling you right now, it feels like we're in that. We're in the new guard now. It does. I know I just contradicted myself because I said I don't think it's really a loss for the old guard, but I still think the fact that those guys are in their mid-30s to late 30s to 40s and still contributing at a high level is just fucking crazy, all things considered. Like, once you're like 33, 34 in years past, it's like the end, right? Like, that's the end. The unction is over, absolutely. Does that make you sad your era of basketball is over? It is a little sad. It's a little sad. You want to know which player makes me sad? And this is going to sound weird, but it's Paul George. For some reason to me. For some reason, Paul George is the one where I'm just like, Damn. Paul George is what, 33? Like Paul George is that old? Sorry, 35. Sorry, 35. Like, damn. I don't know what it is about Paul George that makes me just feel that one hits. But yeah, Shea, and again, the Thunder are going to be here to stay. Shea, Anthony Edwards, say what you want about Ant and his disappointing performances at times this postseason. I agree. It was disappointing. He's only 23 years old. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about it in that context. He's 23 years old and has been in the conference finals 2 years in a row. So Anthony Edwards will be in our lives for the foreseeable future. Tyrese Halliburton, young. He'll be in our lives for the foreseeable future. I was going to say Jalen Brunson, but he's not really that young. He's not really that young. The Domantas Sabonis final. Yeah, it is. The Sabonis final, the Victor Oladipo final, the Paul George final. Are we missing anyone? Paul with the $5. Paul George, meh. And I'm a huge supporter of fellow Pauls, but he won't win a ring except it's on someone's coattails. No, I agree with you. I think his career as a high-impact player probably feels over. But that's what's crazy to me. Was when I think about him, I still in my brain think like Paul George, 28 years old, like 35. Manny, 9 months inside Delusional Club. Wimby and Coop are up next. Yep. Emphasis on the Coop. So does, and we have said this in the past though, where it's like now it's the young generation's turn, but it feels like this is it. It does, right? Like the Thunder will be here for the foreseeable future. The DJ Augustine finals. There we go. Don't fall for it slightly. Time is moving faster. I think that's possible. I've long held on to that theory. You see the conference finals and finals for age 27 graphic they left Tatum off of. Well, it's because Tatum has been to how many? 2 finals and how many conference finals? Loser, 82 game proponents. Count this rider among the seemingly shrinking contingent of fans and analysts who want the NBA to stick with 82 games. After a postseason in which Tatum and Lillard were both lost to ruptured Achilles tendons and the Cleveland Cavaliers rotation was decimated towards the end of their run, it's getting harder for this side to argue against the pro-shortened season crowd. Why was it not last year? Tatum and Brown too old? No, we could say last year for sure. Yeah. Yeah, last year. Steph being 37 is crazy too. Absolutely. It's weird like who it is. Like KD, old man in my eyes. LeBron, old man. Chris Paul, old man. Even Russell Westbrook, old man. James Harden, old man. Paul George, in my brain, 28 years old. Steph Curry, in my brain, yeah, like 31. Funny enough, like Jimmy Butler in my brain, 38. I don't know why. We do this every year, man. Injuries happen. Like to the Tatum injury, that one sucks. I mean, Dame's an older guy who's been around a long time. Like those guys get hurt more often. It's just an unfortunate reality of sports in the human body. I'm just, injuries happen. Injuries will happen when there's, let's say what? You shorten the season to 62 or 72 or even 52. What's going to be the argument when guys are still getting hurt then? Then is it going to be, let's make the season 1 game? Let's have the season be 10 games. How about a 29 game season you play all the teams once? That's it. Stop playing in the Olympics for your 3rd, 4th medal. And I think that's another thing too, is it's not like these guys just like play basketball and then sit at home during the summer. Like they're in intense runs that nothing like beats the real game, but I mean they're getting after it in these runs. Chances of you drowning don't rise being in water more. I think you'd have to listen to a doctor, which I am, but like an actual doctor, and to hear them lay out Achilles injuries. Like, yeah, it's probably a byproduct of too much pressure on that area of the body. True. You said the Olympics thing, but Tatum wasn't racking up the minutes in that Olympic run. Oh man, I don't know. We do this every year. I'm not sure there's a fix that makes too much sense. Winner in-season tournament proponents. Holy shit, the Bucks did win the in-season tournament, didn't they? Oh my god. At the same time, one of the league's recent expansions or modifications of the old 82-game slate may have gotten a little juice this postseason. Last season, the Pacers finished second in the tournament's inaugural run. This year, OKC was a runner-up. Now those two teams are meeting the NBA Finals. No, I mean, the in-season tournament's great. I love it. I think it's great. I love it. I really don't see an argument against it. None of the arguments against the in-season tournament make any sense whatsoever to me. Like, it's just hating for the sake of it, in my opinion. When people are like, I hate the in-season tournament. Why? Cause. All right. I think it's a stupid gimmick. Well, were you going to watch the games anyway? Because if yes, then what's the deal? If you weren't going to watch the games, but now you're tuning in, well, then it's been a huge success. I'm a firm believer in hate for the sake of hate. See, this new thing that YouTube has, the community leaderboard, it just rewards Kelly Olynyk guy for spamming his fanspo trades the entire time. Loser, Cleveland Cavaliers. You get $200 million, but you can't measure the slope of a driveway for 2 years. Can you take it? You get $200 million, but you can't measure the slope of a driveway. What does that mean? Yeah, I'm taking the $200 million. I'm taking the $200 million. Guess what? I don't have a driveway. I have a parking lot. So, yeah. And guess what? $200 million? I won't even fucking leave. How about that? $200 million? I won't even leave. $200 million? $5 million, but semen retention for 2 years? Have to think about that. All right, Cavs, loser, Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah, I mean, disappointment. Doesn't even begin to describe it, what happened for Cleveland. It's one of those, like, the thing that sucks as a fan base, and trust me, I've lived this experience as a Dallas Cowboys fan many a times, right? Where you have a great regular season. Once you, like, start to rack up the playoff disappointments, like, the regular season isn't as fun anymore. It doesn't matter how many games you win. Like, there's always that sneaking suspicion in the back of your brain, like, yeah, we'll choke in the playoffs. It doesn't really matter. So it's hard to even get really excited about the regular season. It's hard to get excited about any real regular season success. So yeah, losers for sure. But the thing is that makes him a winner is let's say Giannis gets traded. And hey, maybe he gets traded to the West, or maybe he goes to an Eastern Conference team that's just not that good, right? Like he goes to the Nets or some shit. You look at it and you're like, man, this conference is not good. Tatum's going to be out the whole year. Like, let's fucking lock in. That's where the Knicks are now. But at least the Knicks made the conference finals. At least they made the conference finals. We'll see what's up for the Cavs. I'd be shocked if they blow anything up. That would be really surprising to me. That'd be really surprising to me if they blew something up. Jared Allen feels like the one, right? Winner, Indiana Pacers. Okay, yeah, that goes without being said. Loser and winner, Denver Nuggets. I think that's a great one. Great work, Bleacher Report. Great work. I think that's great. I agree. I can't say the Nuggets are a big winner because any time, any like season where you're losing before the conference finals as a team that has a player like Jokic at the peak of his powers is a failure, right? And their failures were apparent, that they've done a really poor job building their roster. I think what makes them a winner, though, is that they'll probably be the team that played the Thunder the closest. They made it to a Game 7. And also, it's just like, we just need like one or two guys. That's it. One or two guys. Jamal Murray playing at like a consistent level, which you never know. But one or two guys, healthy Aaron Gordon, and we're there. Like we are a championship level team. We'll be in the top upper echelon teams. But now the thing is how do you get there? How do you get there? The Nuggets will be paying Murray $50 million next season. Yeah, I mean, the Murray stuff is a question mark to say the least. Winner, Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's wait on that. Let's wait on that one. Okay, let's wait on that one. The Pacers absolutely are winners. The Pacers are playing with house money. Let's just call a spade a spade. The Pacers lose the finals, whatever. The Thunder, let's hold off on that one. What can the Nugs get for Jamal? See, that's the thing, is I don't think a Jamal Murray trade makes any sense at all. Now, I've seen the... I have to be honest with you. A couple of off-season like slop stuff that I've seen recently. I'm a little bit the Giannis. So the Giannis smoke feels heavy. It does kind of feel like he's going to ask out. The Raptors stuff is interesting, to say the least. Surely not, right? Giannis smoke is fake, in my opinion. I guess my thing would be, is if he wasn't going to demand a trade, wouldn't we probably already know? Like, I mean, this stuff's a month away. And if I'm a team and I'm making a play for Giannis, I need to know. I want this shit done before the draft almost. Same thing with the Bucks. If I'm the Bucks and some of the teams I'm talking to potentially have high lottery picks in this draft, I want this done before then. So like we should know this already. Does Giannis have any interest in going west is the question. I would venture to guess by the end of the week we know some stuff about the Giannis thing. Because just think about it. Just think about rumors. If I'm the Bucks, I need to know. I need to be knowing. Am I doing work on Dylan Harper? I doubt the Spurs would do that. But I need to know. Do I need to be bringing this guy in for draft interviews? Like, what's up? Well, I think the Bucks could talk to Giannis, right? Like Giannis could probably go to the Bucks and just be like, "Hey, I want to trade." Giannis with Steph or Luka. Giannis doesn't want to be the bad guy. He'll wait until next season when the Bucks are truly awful to ask for a trade, when the league and Bucks fans want better for him. I think he could do that now, to be fair. I don't think anyone would look at Giannis as the bad guy if he asked for a trade now. I don't think the Spurs or Rockets should forego all their draft assets when OKC is at the top of the West for the foreseeable future. I think Houston owes it to themselves to do something somewhat sizable this offseason. Is that Giannis I don't know. But they owe it to themselves to do something. San Antonio, that one's a little bit different. But if they feel like Wemby's probably going to be a lot closer to being a top 5 player next season than people think, then they might go for it. The moment you have a top 5 player, you're in a different stratosphere. You need to be contending for a title. All that other shit goes out the window. You want to know why I'd make a terrible GM? You want to know why I'd make a terrible GM? Last year, do you guys remember what I was saying last year? Was it before the trade deadline or was it during the offseason? I think it was during the offseason. I was constantly saying the Oklahoma City Thunder are pussies if they don't trade for Lauri Markkanen. They are pussies. They should do it. It's inexcusable if they don't trade for Lauri Markkanen. I mean, they still make the finals pretty easily, right? I mean, they'd still be easily the best team in the league. My God, I'm just imagining some of those lineups. Was that before or after they got Hartenstein? Who would they have to give up for Lowry? I mean, they can make contracts work with some of their role guys. Lowry's making a lot of money, though. Yeah, this was when they had like money. What is this? Blockbuster Mavs trade idea. Holy shit. Mavericks get Drew Holiday. Oh, we've talked about this, didn't we? Didn't we talk about this? Drew Holiday for Gafford and PJ Washington. Mm-mm-mm. 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 Please. 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 Can we look at some fanspo? Okay. So what? Kelly Olynyk guy, what is your fanspo name? Let's look at it. You get one chance. You've got one shot to not disappoint us. What do I need to be searching in fanspo? GMMO. This you? GMOak. This him? Chat have my back. What am I looking at here? All right, you only got 4. Thank God. All right, Terry Rozier on the Mavs. I'm considering not even going through with the rest of this. Like, straight up. First trade. You begged me to get on your fanspo and look at your trades. In the first trade, I see Terry Rozier on the Mavericks. Give me one reason to not only not continue to do this, but to not ban you in the chat. I'll look at it. Mavs get Terry Rozier, Shake Milton, and the 20th overall pick in this draft. The Lakers are getting Bam Adebayo. The Heat are getting Rui Hachimura, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, and Austin Reeves. Why the fuck are the Mavs doing this? Why are the Mavs saying yes to this? He'd say no. I think the Heat also say no in this trade. Well, it's not that bad. It's not that terrible, I don't think, for the Heat. I still think they would say no. But the Heat are, like, if they were to say, yeah, we don't like this group, really. You get some expiring contracts. You'd have a completely, in this scenario, unless I'm mistaken, the Heat would have a completely clean cap sheet outside of Tyler Hero next offseason. But the Mavs one's terrible. The Mavs side of this. Rozier sucks, man. Terry! Adam Bona for Dalton Connect in the second round pick. I mean, the Lakers probably say no to this, right? Marcus Smart. See, now you're starting to cook a little bit. But yeah, Bona's not bad. I could see Bona being really good with Luka, but I don't know. Like that's a player I've never even once considered his trade value. So now you're starting to cook a little bit. But I will say I'm not going to give you credit for this because actually, rewind. Why are the Mavs giving up a pick? No, I'm out. I'm out on that. Don't want to trade that future first. Don't want to trade a future first. Now, if you want to see a Marcus Smart trade, that's incredible. Let me show you. Where do I go to my hidden? Where's my Marcus Smart trade? This is what we're talking about right here. Something like this. Marcus Smart, 22nd overall pick. Hawks get Gafford. Wizards get Caleb Martin, 3 second-round picks for their trouble. See, this is cooking. What do you mean? Hell no. Lakers get John Collins. Jazz get Rui Hachimura, Maxi Cleveland, a future first. What is John Collins' value going to be? Danny Ainge doesn't do that? You don't think so? I think the Jazz almost certainly say yes to this, right? I don't think the Lakers do. I feel like that's too much. I think if I'm the Lakers, I honest to God, and this is going to sound crazy, and it's going to sound like Lakers fan delusional brain talking here. Where's my Lakers hat at? I've long hung it up. I don't think I'm going to trade. I honestly don't think I would trade Rui for John Collins. Is that crazy? Like, I feel like I'm just kind of somewhat addressing another need by opening up another hole. All right, hold on. Let's just look around. I love them. You guys know we love our Fanspo trades. What's going to shock us today? Top posts today. What do we got? I think I'm back. What the fuck is this? This isn't even a trade. People are just posting on here. People just post on here like it's Facebook. The hell is that? All right, here we go. Mavs are involved in this trade. Mavs are getting Colin Sexton, Shvi Mihailuk. They're bringing on $2.4 million. So immediately, the Mavs can't do this. Just saying it. Immediately, this is a no. The Mavs cannot do this. Okay. So the Lakers. Full Lakers offseason. All right, let's see what the Lakers do. They're getting Andrew Wiggins, Daniel Gafford, Sadiq Bey. They're bringing on Clint Capella for $5 million a year. Torian Prince for $3 million. DeAnthony Melton for $3 million. I could see all those guys taking those contracts, to be fair. So, okay. They're sending a 2030 pick swap, Jared Vanderbilt and Rui, to the Heat for Wiggins. It's kind of a lot. The Jazz are getting Maxi Kleber, Jaden Hardy, Dalton Connect, in a protected first-round pick. For Colin Sexton, I don't think that's enough for the Jazz, to be honest with you. Maybe. And the Wizards, what is this? Are they just absorbing contracts? Oh, no, they're actually trading for Sadiq Bey. Shake Milton, Jordan Goodwin in 2 seconds. I don't think it's all that bad. I'm not sure the Jazz would do it. Again, it's not possible for the Mavs. They can't absorb this much money in a trade. Wiggins, Gafford, Sadiq Bey, Capella, Prince, and Melton. That's a good team. That'd be a good offseason, I think, for the Lakers. But you're trading all of your future picks for it. And Rui and Connect. Like, this is your team now. This is who you're rolling with. No, we tried to do some bonus trades. Giannis to Boston. All right, let's see this. Celtics get Giannis and DiVincenzo. The Bucks get Jaylen Brown, Mike Conley, Rob Dillingham. Why the fuck are the Timberwolves doing this? One, that's a terrible return for the Bucks. For Giannis, it just is. But also, two, why in the fuck are the Timberwolves doing that? Am I sleeping on Giannis to the Celtics possibilities? Am I sleeping on? Here's another Giannis to the Celtics trade. Kuzma back to the Wizards. Is that even possible? So for Giannis, the Lakers are getting Jaylen Brown, Rui, Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Connect, Keita, and 3 first-round picks. One of them being this year, the 28th overall pick. That's a horrible return. I mean, that's a terrible return. It's just a terrible return. The Lakers are getting Drew and KP. Holy shit. Are they trading their whole fucking team? Drew and KP. Wait. Why are the Wizards doing this? So the Wizards are taking back Kyle Kuzma's god-awful contract and they're also giving up Kispert? Like, what? I don't really get. This is a horrible trade. This is a horrible trade. I don't understand it. All right, Fanspo. I tried with you today. I did. I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling Fanspo today. Lakers ideal offseason part 2. Let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lakers get Trey Murphy, Daniel Gafford. They also sign Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Steven Adams. Mavs get Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, and a future first. Again, Mavs can't do this financially. Pelicans get Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, in a second. I'm here to tell you guys right now. Reeves' value, or I think Trey Murphy's value is more than this. Like, I think the Pelicans say no. Dallas laughs. I also, again, I don't think Dallas is even allowed to do this. Getting a 2031 Lakers first for Gafford wouldn't be the end of the world, but that is an ex Durant package that Bill Simmons already brought up. Some KD trades. I agree. This is why Fanspo always sounds fun in theory, but then once you see one, you see them all. Once you see one, you see them all. Gafford for Herb. I don't understand any of the Herb Jones to the Mavericks things. I don't understand any of them. They don't make any sense to me. What does that even look like? Like, Yves Missy was legitimately solid for them last year. So let's just say the Pelicans are like, yeah, we're trying to win, and we need a center. So Gafford for Herb, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I would do this in a millisecond. But I don't. Why the fuck would the Pelicans do it? And then you're adding picks, and then it gets to the point where, okay, then why would the Mavericks do it? What would Herb's role be on the Mavs? I don't care. Herb Jones can play for my team any day of the week. Mavs need a point guard in shooting. I agree with you, but if like a feasible pathway for you to get Herb Jones opens up, then I think you have to consider it. 80 to Spurs, 214 salary filler, another draft capital. I was mentioning that in this group chat that I was in. We were talking about, I forgot what we were talking about exactly. But I did mention the what if a world exists where the Spurs don't fall in love with Dylan Harper all that much, or they like him, but they're like, man, this backcourt log jam is just, I don't know if we can get another point guard. And they're like, we want to win. Why would the Spurs do that BS? They wouldn't. But the only scenario is like they don't love Dylan Harper. There's a cat to New Orleans, Giannis to New York, and assets to Bucks trade. That's possible. So I guess like why would the Pelicans do that though? I don't really get why the Pelicans would do that. So Cat to the Pelicans, Giannis to the Knicks. Yeah, what would it be? Would it be Zion? I don't get what this would be. Because if I'm the Pelicans, what does this even look like for me? Like, I'm trading Trey Murphy and what? CJ, Trey, and filler? Yeah, but like, why am I doing that though? I don't really get why I'd be doing that. I mean, it all works. Oh, it doesn't work contractually. Where are we we gotta send someone else out on the Knicks. Okay. Could Deuce be in this trade? I mean, they'd have to send something else. Landing DeJounte Murray is my fave daydream, not mine. No, thank you. I don't see how a trade like this makes any sense at all. I saw a trade where CJ and Filler go to the Mavs for Gafford. How does that make sense? CJ's making $30 million. How many picks are you giving up for Trey Murphy to the Mavs? None, and not that I don't think Trey Murphy's not worth picks. I do. I think he's worth multiple first round picks, and that's the problem. It doesn't make any sense for the Mavs to do that. It's not what the Mavs need. Yes or no for Hornets? Charlotte Hornets get Zach Collins, Simone Fontecchio. Atlanta Hawks get Yusuf Nurkic, Josh Green, 2030 second round pick. I'm trying to think how that even works because those players aren't even on the teams you're talking about. Like, those players aren't even on the Hawks. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm trying to get someone to take the DeJounte contract in this framework. I don't get why the Pelicans do it. The Pelicans are like too in deep with some of the Zion shit right now. I don't think anything like this makes sense. In a mock? Well, I'm having a hard time even coming to grips with a trade. Mock offseason? But like, how are they getting Simone Fontecchio in a trade with the Hawks? Is Fontecchio a free agent? Isn't Zach Collins on the Bulls? The Mavs are keeping AD. They still need to be really selective with trading first and get more first using guys like PJ and Gaff to slowly transition to the Coop team. That's kind of where I'm at. Gotta love the Fanspo segment. The Hawks traded for him in the mock offseason. Okay. So what was it? Zach Collins, Simone Fontecchio for Yusuf Nurkic, Josh Green. I mean, yeah, Charlotte says yes. I would have to say. Not really sure why Atlanta does that. Who's got good money-saving Mavericks trades? I've said this before. If Nico were to step down and I was hired as the GM, this is the first phone call I'm making right here. The first phone call I am making is to the Atlanta Hawks. Well, actually, first and foremost, I'm talking to Gafford. I'm saying, hey, what does an extension look like for you? What's the number you want? And I'm just laying it out for him. It's like, hey, we're going to start double bigs. Lively's a huge piece of our future, so it's going to be him starting with AD. We're probably going to have lineups where we just close with AD. We might even have lineups where it's just Lively on the court. So your role is going to be as a third center, basically. And that might limit your minutes. You might have nights where you get 18 minutes a game. Like, I'm just telling you. That's just how it's going to be. What's the number you're looking for? Because, and then I'm also saying this to make sure my relationships stay good. I'm also saying this. I'm saying, because you're a great player in this league. You really are. I would venture to guess you would immediately be a league average starting center. Right? Which there's a lot of value to be had in that. Teams would give up picks for that. Teams would pay you a lot of money for that. So if you want to be a center, if you want to be a starting center, you want starter center minutes, you want starting center salary, I'm okay with that. I agree. That's what you deserve. But if that's the case, we're going to have to trade you because it doesn't make sense. So, boom. This is my first phone call after that conversation. Atlanta, you need a center. Capella's done. He's washed. Okongwu's small. Get you a rim running center to play next to Trae Young. You got 2 picks in this first round draft. You got a trade exception. Let's hammer this out. All right, we've talked about Zach Collins too much. So boom. You get a first round pick in this draft. Maybe you can land a center or something down the board. Do the Hawks give up that for a 20-minute backup center? I think the Hawks would say yes to this. You might, if you're the Mavs and you're like, all right, we had our conversation with Gafford, we're going to trade him. You probably get better offers than this, truth be told. But you do save a lot of money in this scenario. The trade I saw was CJ McCollum, 26 first, 27 second for Gafford and Clay. Saves money long term and gets future picks while New Orleans gets their big. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting, honestly. PJ, Gaff, and Lakers 29 first for AR and Vando. So that means the Luka trade would have just been AD, Christie, no picks, and Austin Reeves. I got to be honest with you. Again, if I'm stepping in as GM, right? Nico Harrison has stepped down. I'm stepping in. I'm the father who stepped up. I'm entering the office and I'm saying, any phone call I have with the Lakers, I'm saying, listen, we're not meeting at Ascension Coffee. I'm not your friend, Nico Harrison. You know what? I'm not your friend at all. Fuck you. If you want to trade with me, because look, we got something you want. Let's just call a spade a spade. You want Daniel Gafford, and I know you want him. I'll tell you this. You're not fucking us over again. We will be fucking you over. And it's just, hey, think of it as reparations. You think the Thunder give up Nikola Topic? No. Not this offseason, at least. Might as well see what he's there. You might as well see what you got. I have my 27-year-old kid watching with me. Tell him to go get a damn job. It's Monday morning, 12:42 p.m. Monday morning. The worst part is Pelinka sucks at his job and now people think he's good. I know. Funny because I would have voted him exec of the year. And I think he's bad at his job. But anytime you win a trade like that, you deserve it. Mavs aren't winning a chip with this roster. I have no problem moving on from Kyrie, AD, Clay. Get what you can from them while you still have value before it's too late. So I agree with the sentiment. I've landed on I don't want to do it. A couple reasons why I don't want to do it. Reason number one. I think it's actually more valuable for a player like Cooper Flagg, his archetype, who he projects to be on a team that is competitive immediately with real legit vets and guys who have been stars in this league. Right? Reason number two, and this is really one of the bigger reasons. You don't have your picks for 5 years. You are not in control of your own picks for 5 straight years. Now, you have it in 2026. You have your pick. But in 5 straight years, you don't have your pick. I'm just not in love with the idea of blowing it up knowing that. Look at KD to Magic trades. Oh, my God. Let's just Kevin Durant. What are we cooking? 4 months ago. Is Fanspo dead? Top this week. Would the Suns trade KD to the Magic? Magic get Kevin Durant. Suns get Jalen Suggs, Tristan Silva, 2 first-round picks. Nets are just taking on KCP's money. They're getting a first for this. So the Magic are essentially trading 3 firsts, Jalen Suggs for KD. Yo, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Magic do this. Actually, I really don't think the Magic do this. I kind of like the idea of the Magic doing something like this and just having Franz, Paolo, and KD. But this feels like a lot to give up for KD, no? Fuck, what just happened? Nets get another lotto pick. Suns get positions of need. Rockets get KD. Suns get Claxton, Cam Johnson, and 2 firsts. All right, am I crazy? There's just no way KD's value is this high, right? So the Nets trade Claxton and Cam Johnson to move up 9 picks in this year's draft. And they're also giving the Suns back their pick. That's a horrible deal for the Nets. Am I misreading that? So Claxton and Cam Johnson, essentially, to move up 9 spots in the draft. That's it. And you're also giving the Suns back their swap. This feels terrible for them. Horrible. Horrible. So what does the Minnesota one even look like? I've actually been curious about that. So the Timberwolves get KD. The Mavs second round pick is involved in this trade. Oh God, the Mavs are getting Mike Conley in this. Well, the Mavs can't do this. What the fuck? Wait, how do you think the Mavs can just absorb $10 million? Wait, how is this even possible? Wait, what am I missing here? Are they saying this is a sign and trade or something? I'm confused how this is even possible. How the fuck did the Mavs absorb $10 million? Am I missing it? They didn't trade a player? No, they can't even do that. So wait, I am interested. KD to the Timberwolves. KD to the Wolves. Kevin Durant to Minnesota. Julius Randle, sign and trade. But you can't combine contracts with a sign and trade, can you? I don't think you can do that. Am I wrong? I think it'd have to be Julius Randle opts in. Randall, DiVincenzo, Conley, and 17th overall pick. So that's how it's possible, right? Well, I'm not going to lie. Actually, I could see a pathway here. Wait, why is this not legal? Are the Timberwolves second apron? I don't know. All right, thank you for your insight. Suns can't do it. Not allowed to sign and trade because second apron. Well, I think in this scenario, Randall's opting in. That would have to be it. Randall opts in. No way he opts in. Oh, yeah. Minnesota does that for sure. For sure. KD to the Wolves. Failed. Love it. Love it. I love the failed trades. The Suns can't aggregate contracts. Big 5-team trades. All teams win. Oh, hell yeah. I like what I'm seeing already. Joel Embiid on the Lakers, Booker on the Rockets. Let's fucking go, man. Rockets get Booker and Andre Drummond. Lakers get Joel Embiid and Mike Conley. Timberwolves get KD and Dorian Finney-Smith. The Sixers get Rui, Nasri, Dante DiVincenzo, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and Jock Landale, and a second-round pick. Oh, and the Suns are getting, holy shit. All right, try to keep up here. The Suns are getting Jalen Green, Julius Randle, Jabari Smith Jr., Rob Dillingham, 10th overall pick, 17th overall pick, swap in 26, 27 swap. Basically getting their swaps back from the Rockets. Where do we even begin? Where do we even begin? So first and foremost, I actually think this would be terrible for the Lakers. I think getting Embiid would be horrible for any team that does it. Like, good kiss the Luka era goodbye immediately, almost right then and there. Kiss it goodbye. It's over. Stein, we got a Stein bomb. Is it worth going to the desk? We're about to find out.
Heard. He has been unwilling to me to confirm, but league sources tell me that the San Antonio Spurs are De'Aaron Fox's preferred.
I'm the source now. Breaking news. Breaking news, I guess. The Lakers have now confirmed the below. They'll host the Mavericks in an exhibition game in Las Vegas on October 15th. All right. That's actually probably a good segue because we need to get off Fanspo. Again, if you're listening to this on Spotify, leave a 5-star review. I love you. Mike Curtis posted the preseason schedule. I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't care at all. One thing I just genuinely have never found myself to ever care about is schedule release stuff. Like, anytime Nick would hit me up and be like, yo, schedule release, I'd be like, okay, I guess. How many times have you vaped today? The same amount of times I've vaped in the last probably 6 years of my life. 0. All right, love you guys. Thank you all for coming out. All the OGs, guys, I love you very much. Could have spent your Monday morning anywhere in the world you decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys not regret it. Donations, members, you never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Okay, I love you all. I'm going to work on shipping out hats now. Goodbye. Bye bye. 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 Bye bye.